Hey, what's up, chooms? In this episode of CNU Reviews, I'm going to go over the Cyberpunk Edgerunners mission kit by Talsorian Games. Let's get into it.
Cybernation Uncensored.
All right, so what is the Cyberpunk Edgerunners mission kit? Basically, it's an introduction or starter set to the tabletop role playing game Cyberpunk set in the 2070s. It's using the Cyberpunk Red rules. Cyberpunk Red is set in the 2040s. And it's adding some things, it's updating some things, and basically advancing the timeline into the 2070s. Based on the video game and on the Netflix series. Now, it is just a starter set, so it doesn't have everything that's to come in the future full-fledged out rule book, but it is awesome because it gets you started in the game, it puts you in the 2070s, it has direct relation to the series and video game. It also has a full-fledged out mission in it called the Jacket, and that's awesome too, so you can get right into playing. But let me read you just an excerpt here from the rule book that talks about what's in the box. It says, here are the rules you need to plug what we're presenting in the Cyberpunk Edgerunners mission kit into your game and advance the timeline forward to the 2070s. There's more, of course, but we don't have space for it all, so those rules, weapons, cyberware, and gear needs to wait for a bigger book. For now, these 5 things will get you moving in the right direction. And then it mentions these 5 things and kind of defines them like neuroports, how everyone has them. It goes into how those have been updated in advance, role tweaks, how certain roles like exec and rocker boy basically can source things like a fixer up to a certain level once they reach 4. Expanded availability, how, you know, in the time of Cyberpunk Red, things are scarce because of the post-corporate war, and, you know, sourcing things, you have to go through a fixer, things are rare. Well, expanded availability is in the 2070s, it's modernized, we're a bit more in the future, things are more available, you know, maybe double price and expensive because of megacorps controlling it, but at least there's more availability. There's also humanity updates, humanity loss and gains, and then they talk about use everything in this box because they're giving you a mission, tokens, standees, maps, everything you need to dive in and, like it says, advance the timeline of your Cyberpunk Red tabletop role-playing game from the 2040s up to the 2070s. Now, here's the thing. It mentions these 5 things, and it talks about humanity update, but it doesn't mention, you know, quick hacks and the new weapons, how they got the tech and power weapons and things like that. There's a lot more to it than just the humanity update. So I did want to mention that, and I do want to recommend check out my full deep dive walkthrough of this mission kit. The link is at the end of this video because there I go over all the different sections of the box set. But ultimately, that's what this is. It's a starter set. It's a great sort of introduction to the game. It's using all the Cyberpunk Red rules. They're all right there in the book for you to use. And then, like I said, it adds some things and some lore and stuff to kind of advance you up to the 2070s, including an awesome timeline of events, which is awesome because you can follow from the 2040s all the way up to the time of the video game, and it includes stuff you know, from the series, the video game, all that. So it's just awesome because of that as well. Now, my pros and cons. My pros are, you know, this is great just to dive in. I think it's going to get a lot of new players that are fans of the video game and the Netflix series because they're going to see the direct correlation to the tabletop. They're going to see it's an open world. They can create their own stories within what they're already a fan of. I think that's great. Getting more and more people into this game and tabletop role-playing games is a plus. That's a definite pro. Yeah. Oh, and you know, another pro is it gives you stuff to get you to the 2070s, even if you're not a new player, right? You're into Red and you want some of this new stuff, some of the quick hacks. You want to, you know, advance your game a little further. This gives you all that and all that lore, so you can kind of, you know, move your game up the timeline and make use of all that, you know, future stuff past Red. That's great too. But I do have a con. It's not a bad con. It's my only con is basically also kind of a pro in a sense. So I am kind of digging for a con here because this is an amazing product. I'm having a hard time, just full on finding something I dislike about it. So I think the only con I can come up with is the fact that it is just a starter set, right? It's not everything, and they even mention how they can't fit everything in this. They're giving you a full mission, the tokens, the standees, the maps, the rule book, all the lore, everything you need to dive in and just play as a new player, right, into the 2070s, but also to advance it if you're into red. Now, it's not everything, and like I said, I think that's a bit of a con, but it's a pro because of the fact that it's easy to digest. It's going to get new people just to dive in and get into it, which is a pro. Plus, like if it's a con, what's the alternative there? What, they don't put it out because it's not the full rule book, and in which case we don't get anything, and then we're waiting all the way until they finish the full rule book? At least this gives us something, some quick hacks, some new weapons, some new lore. It gives you enough to get up to the 2070s, and it breaks down, David's gang, Maine's gang, gives you those stats and information, which is always fun. So yeah, like I said, my con is also a pro. I can kind of debate it both ways because this is an amazing product. So there you have it. There's my review of the Cyberpunk Edgerunners Mission Kit by Talsorian Games. I hope it was helpful. Make sure you check out the link at the end of this video for the full deep dive walkthrough of this because it is amazing. I want you to see that. And I'll see you in the next one. Please give the video a like, give it a share. I really appreciate that. Take care, everybody.
Cybernation Uncensored.